Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch.
About last night.
Yeah. All right, we're good.
Yes.
All right. So to recap for the 5 minutes we lost. No, we were talking about bathroom etiquette.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to talk about is you strike me as someone who's always been very personable and mix it up with any sort of stranger. Obviously, our business is conducive to being able to mix it up, chop it up. I don't know if you were always going into voices to kind of soften the blow of the awkward small talk. For me, I definitely did that.
Yeah.
To where it was like if you could feel at a barbecue where the conversation was not going in the direction that anybody wanted it to, and you're like, I guess I'm the most comfortable one here, so I'll try to make jokes and steer it.
The icebreaker.
But I do it in a voice or something, or even a voice to get out of it. For me, that's a great thing. Where if you like I'm sure if you ever throw bugs in some sort of a situation, and then just go. And then just peace out.
But only in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like only in public restrooms. That's how I book the job.
So...
say, Doc, that's quite an impressive dong you got there. That's a big carrot.
No. Like, what the hell's wrong? Who let this guy in here?
By the way,
this is a one-person stall. I don't know how two of us could fit in here.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you're not a big fan of bathroom
public
small talk.
talking? No. That's talking to someone that's been a guest star on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Let me live a normal life, dude.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on.
that's again. I know we come from the same Harlan Williams. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Over stand up, but to see where you've gone with your career is so amazing. I got you something, by the way.
Oh, that's right. All right, the gift.
I
We're gonna
wanted
open it
to-
live. We're gonna unbox it, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
Is
the
your
kids are
son
watching.
into that?
Yeah. Oh man, he's totally in YouTube culture. He doesn't watch television. He prefers YouTube. He's 5, by the way, and knows how to.
Would have been great if you're he's 42, I adopted him late, and
I'm 93.
Yeah, well,
and
we believe it.
Filipinos, man. It's past 94, Yoda.
Yeah.
Up until 93, kid from Up. Yeah.
Oh my
Russell
God.
from Up. But yeah, he loves YouTube. He knows how to skip ads. We got you this. He picked it for you.
No way.
There's 2 things in there. So
Here we go.
Yeah,
We'll add in some fun music to this moment, maybe the music, the soundtrack from The Natural, or do you think some sort of slow softcore porn R&B?
I think Lady in Red. Is dancing something? We did a Vaseline around the lens. Really intimate.
Or Bruce Hornsby's. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very thoughtful one.
Oh my God! All right. Well, first of all, I'm just going to preface this with.
Sure. Okay.
So Eric is a gangster in our business, right? And is now the voice of 2 of the most many, but I'm gonna you speak to this. Some of the most iconic characters in television history.
I'd say maybe animation. Who knows? If you're looking at television as a
sure,
scope,
if you want to specify it, sure.
In cartoons, I'd say sure. Television, it's a wide variety of characters.
I put Bugs Bunny above Mickey Mouse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
So, I had this conversation. The reason why I was late, by the way, is because I was buying a Roger Rabbit cell over the phone with this studio in the East Coast.
Wait, a Roger Rabbit what?
Roger Rabbit, Roger Rabbit animation cell. I can't even talk. First of all, it's also the first time I've left the house in a year.
I know, dude. You were even when you walked in and looked at me, it was just you were looking at me like you'd never seen a person in a while, or a Jew, and you were just like, is that what they look like live in the flesh?
Yeah.
But wait,
by the way, I love the studio.
This is cool, right?
This is the first time I've been in this studio.
What a great thing to go into, by the way. If you do get slip of the tongue, to go into a Porky,
right.
I mean, that's just
it's a remix. It's like a live.
That's one thing I would never want to have happen if I'm at the urinal and some guy looks over and is trying to assess my package and it's just can't see.
But he's stuttering.
Yeah,
which means it's impressive.
Yeah.
See, I'm stuttering now, just even thinking about following into the.
Wait, will you give that to me real quick? I'm at the urinal, all right, and I look over and I see you staring. turn, and I'm just like, you want to say something, man?
Mr. Adam. Can I call you Adam?
Sure, yeah.
Wow. Let's just say wow.
Yeah.
That's I don't usually eat my own kind, pork, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Keeping kosher. All right, so
I'm just losing jobs left, right, and center. No. But we were talking
Bugs versus Mickey.
Bugs versus Mickey. I was talking to the guy. I was buying a Roger Rabbit animation cell from this guy, and it's like it's either you fall on the Disney side of the fence or the Warner Brothers side of the fence.
Yeah.
And that was that whole movie. It was like Donald versus Daffy. They had Bugs versus Mickey, and I was always a Warner Brothers kid.
Really?
So for me, like getting to voice, someone like Bugs or any of the Looney Tunes characters has been a blessing.
You do now, Bugs, Daffy.
Let's go through them all. Let's say
Bugs Bunny, Doc, that's right. Meh. What's in the bag, Doc? We got Daffy, the real star of the show. If you ask me, that's who it is. Almost choked on my own spit. Also, you're gonna have to burn this mic. I got. I don't have the vaccination, but if you know a guy,
Yeah, if you cannot spit into the mic, Daffy, when you say vaccine.
That's 6 feet apart. I hope you guys measured mics. But Marvin the Martian, Earth Creature, for about 10 years, Earth Creature. They just did the Mars landing.
Yeah.
And ABC News called me to do an interview just to, can you greet all the scientists? I'm like, that's what they bring to the table in the world.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's this loser doing?
Yeah.
Can you do the Marvin voice for these scientists?
That's crazy.
I was honored, and
Are you into that stuff? Is it interest
it's
you?
It's mind-blowing. And again, having the 5-year-old watching YouTube, he'll find clips of, I don't know how he finds the clips of Mars from the rover.
Wow.
But he's like, Dad, look, that's Mars. And I'm like, my God, it is Mars. My mind is blown that we're getting these high-res, images.
Would you ever go there?
Oh, man.
Are you that daredevilish or interested?
I mean, if I don't know, man. Because isn't it insanely hot or cold only on Mars?
I mean, you're asking the wrong guy. I still don't even know how Hot Pockets are made entirely, but I feel like if Warner Brothers, there's a great branding, marketing, something opportunity if they were like, let's send you up there. To do I don't know what. If they do a spin-off Marvin the Martian movie and they need
and just leave him there.
Yeah.
There's no way back.
Can you imagine? Yeah, getting left in space at all.
Right. But on Mars.
Yeah.
But on Mars. Okay, let's get back on subject. It's
Porky.
Marvin. Well, not Porky. Not formally Porky.
Right.
That usually goes to Bob Bergen.
Okay.
But he's not the only one. There have been others. Billy West has done it.
Yep.
Rob Paulsen.
Yep.
But again,
these are other VO gangsters.
Other gangsters and legends. I mean, for me, it'll always be Mel Blanc. You gotta mention Jeff Bergman as well. He's like the first guy to voice Bugs after Mel in '89. But it's since then all these characters have kind of changed hands every now and then, and it's just we all kind of it's like a little clubhouse. I guess.
Well, like in any business, right? Once you get into, and I'm just scratching the surface truly with getting into you're at a point to where it's like I've done more in the last couple of years than the first 10 to 12 auditioning, right?
Sure.
But then even in getting into those few years of things and almost everything I've booked on, you're also on, which is a true sign
we'll cross
of
paths.
Totally.
And it's some DreamWorks projects.
Yes.
You've been on She-Ra and stuff, and
but it's a true sign of oh, cool. That's what a true working when you get into that club, like you're saying. And it's like anything, right? It takes time to get to a place to where people know who you are, to bring you in for stuff consistently, and then start booking enough to where they all just go, oh, wow, there's nothing you can't do, and he's dope, and he's fun to work with, so we want to keep using him.
There's nobody there, but there's somebody there, and I see ya. Hey guys, comedian Adam Ray here. Thanks for listening to the About Last Night podcast. I hope you're enjoying the episode, and I hope you're doing okay. It's a crazy, crazy time right now. And if you're a little uneasy, I get that. And I've also got the answer. Koi CBD. Say it with me. Koi CBD. Feels good. And it does feel good because I use all their products. I've been fucking with the fellas at Koi CBD since my circumcision. And I'll tell you this much. They're the best in the game, okay? Gummies, bath bombs, tinctures, joints, creams, oils. They got stuff for pets. Koi CBD has been giving the people what they need to feel better, to mellow out, to go to sleep right, to take away the aches and pains with the creams and oils. The bath bombs make bathing just the best thing ever. You get a little radiation high from the balms. I don't know what's in it, but fucking goodness and just all sorts of, it's amazing, okay? It feels like drugs, and it's not, because it's CBD. So, if you want to get these amazing products, and I know you do, because they got the Adam Ray stamp of approval, go to koicbd.com and put in the code ALN15 to get 15% off your first order. koicbd.com, the promo code ALN15 to get 15% off your first order. Do it today and start living and feeling the right way. And now, back to the episode.
That's like how I felt when we first met, because that's one of the first questions you asked me was about voiceover.
Yeah.
And, and I feel like even then that was kind of the trend, because, again, we were working that night with Harlan Williams, who's also like a cartoonist and who has created his own Disney Junior show of all
Crazy.
The cop from Dumb and Dumber that drinks the pee.
Now has his characters, he told me, are now going to be in the Disney like heritage.
Yeah. Oh,
where they're going to be turned into like they're now considered as iconic as Mickey and the rest of the gang.
The show we're talking about, of course, is Puppy Dog Pals.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, like who else but Harlan?
Who would ever thought was gonna would come up with that?
He was the guy that's like, hey, buddy, you're funny. You're from where I'm from. Why don't you do some of that stand-up? And I'm like, well, I can't just do some of that stand. Like he can, I've seen him, Carlos Elizarraqui, who
so funny,
who kind of do like I've seen you guys do your sets back to back, but with two different audiences, and it's the same jokes, but two different completely sets, and it blows my mind. And there is a true art form to that I feel like I'm never gonna. I'm just gonna. Well,
not with that attitude. Yeah. No,
yeah. Exactly.
But there's. I mean, look. There's everything you do, I feel like, begets the next thing, right? So even like the stand-up you did, like, definitely helped and contributed to what you're doing now, whether you are aware of it or not. And I think that, there are so many similarities with VO and stand-up because, as you can really attest to, there's so much acting and riffing, and you truly got to get fully into it. Well, and not just read lines and stand behind a mic.
Right. But I feel like why people in stand-up succeed so well in voiceover is because it's the delivering of material.
Right.
It's a joke. Someone crafted that line of dialogue that plays into the whole story that is either informative or a joke, or it's definitely a reaction or action to someone else's line or, in the story. And I feel like that's why most like people that have that experience book the stuff.
Yeah.
I just luck out because, I don't know, maybe they just feel... Maybe
it's diversity.
He's Canadian.
Canadian, Asian, dude, it's a top.
Those Canadians.
Those Canadians, Asians, look, the Canadian, Asian. I want some Canadian, Asian bacon on my pizza, please, okay? Also, Biden, we know what you do. We know that you talk with your dick out at the urinal. You're a big...
See, it's so crazy to see you not in the deep fake doing it, because when I see the deep fake, when you're... that... RDJ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, look, so I'm a big fan of Space Jam. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Bauza.
Man.
I'm a big Bauza guy. I'm a big Iron Man. So here's my heroes, right? Iron Man, Bauza, and Dr. Fauci, but not in that order. But so whatever. Look, we can do heroin today, or we can go to my house, or it's like, I don't know, Daffy Duck seems like a heroin guy.
He's definitely on something.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I want to ask, too. Which of these characters do you feel like, if you, in your heyday of Bauza party days...
Oh, who is who?
Who would you like, which of the characters that you do you feel like
who I'd party with the most?
And then two-part, which one do you feel the most truly connected to when you're doing it, where you can get lost?
It's I'm telling you, I've seen them all while I've been on acid, that's for sure. I mean, it's not even who's who. It's like they've all been there at once.
Yeah.
But man, it's like Bugs and Daffy. I had this conversation with Bobby Moynihan.
Oh, wow.
My question to him was, who was doing what drug? And I would give him a character. And one of them was like Alf, Gordon Shumway from the animated Alf.
Wow.
And he was like cats with a little bit of Chianti. And then I said Bugs. Bobby said he was a smoker, but he quit.
Bugs was, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like Daffy, and he's like, definitely crack cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Woohoo!
I mean, you have to if you're going to
freebasing everything, yeah.
So anyways...
What's in the bag, Adam? Let's see.
So
what do you got there?
You are heavily, obviously, a part of Space Jam 2.
It's been announced now that I am in the movie. I'm the and actor, like LeBron and everyone else, and Eric Bauza. I've been billed as the and actor.
Great.
Like, and Eric Bauza.
Great.
So it's
Amazing.
kind of a cool thing.
I mean, I told you this the moment it was even percolating. I mean, that to me is just, it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Crazy.
And I just think it's, I mean, and you just mentioned Roger Rabbit, another one of my probably top 10. If I really had to go through it, maybe even top 5. That movie's freakishly flawless.
Yeah.
And the combining and how long it took, people don't even realize, and how good Bob Hoskins is to have to be able to act along with
his
cartoons that aren't there.
Is crazy. I mean, this is even before the technology that they have now, where I feel like you could look at it live, or you could just run around to Video Village and see what you've done.
Yes.
Like back then, it was just like.
I mean, he was acting with I looked at, in the making of, I saw he was. They were holding like almost
stick with a tennis ball. On it.
And then sometimes they maybe had like a toy of Roger that they would just kind of shake around or whatever, or he could grab for maybe to get so they could fill in the neck or whatever.
What they did have though was Charles Fleischer, the voice of Roger Rabbit, on set,
right,
live
to
reading.
act with.
And I mean, that guy he went for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that a guy you consider at the top?
I mean, for someone that has created a character that has definitely resonated as much as someone like Mel Blanc with Bugs.
Yeah.
Of course, Bugs 80 years old. We're still talking about the performance of Mel Blanc.
It's crazy.
The heart and soul he poured into it. But same thing with Fleischer. I mean, it's a modern character, but I mean, here we are. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, crack it open. I mean, there's something there. It's the hat that LeBron wore. Not the exact one, but it is.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, yes, it's the one that he wore, and it's like the official crew hat, and they started selling it.
Come on, man.
But yeah, but we share another obsession. Well, at least I'm obsessed. It's definitely in my top 5. But you had a chance to be a part of this. But this is a pretty good one. It is a.
Oh my fucking God.
So it's a retro re-release from Hasbro, but they re-released it in the Kenner packaging. And if I basically just
dude,
the nerd votes have gone up. Like the fact that I said it's a Hasbro re-release of a Kenner packaged toy.
If you're a true toy fan, though, you know that Hasbro is.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the guys.
They got it all.
Dude, this is insane. It comes with the pizza and the water. I mean,
and the steak and the watermelon. I had no idea. He loved all those.
Unbelievable.
3 basic food groups of Slimer, and they called them not even Slimer, the Green Ghost. I don't even know why, but
that's so funny.
But that's how it appeared
insane.
In the 80s. And my son is into Ghostbusters like you wouldn't believe.
Well, then why don't I just sign this and you give it to him or something?
Oh, no. That's for you. I mean, I have like a couple that I definitely will ask you to sign.
I love you, dude.
But yeah.
Dude, I'll do all that. The amount of, what's so funny? The amount of, and you're always so quick to whenever we're texting about things, and even when you got, and told me that Space Jam 2 was going to happen and you were going to be involved, and I was just, geeking out. And you're always so quick to be like, but you Slimer, man. And I'm like, that's not even fucking close. Stop it.
Dude, I mean, Slimer in any form or shape is one of the most iconic characters. I mean, it's up there for me in my top 5. It's definitely my top 3 Ghostbusters.
Wow, really?
It might be my favorite movie of all time.
Today's episode of the About Last Night podcast is brought to you by 5-4 Clothing and the Menlo House. If you know anything about me, you know that I like clothes. I love to buy them. I love to wear them. That's what they're for. And you only look good if you feel good, right? That's where 5-4 Clothing comes in. I've been fucking with 5-4 Clothing for years now. They got this company, Menlo House, that's got 5-4, New Republic, Grand Running Club, and Melrose Place, all under the Menlo House banner. And it's a baller clothing company for dudes. They've got t-shirts, shirts, jackets, sweaters, jeans, pants, shorts, activewear, shoes, accessories, and more. And what you do is you give them your sizes, okay, your fit and your style, and they curate the perfect package for you and send it to you monthly. If you want to join the club, the Menlo Club monthly, it's $59 a month, and you get over $240 worth of apparel. Again, it's the shit. There's other brands out there and companies that do this, but I only fuck with the Menlo House because Well, they're the best. You know, the clothes always fit me perfectly, and I always get compliments on the jackets, the shirts, just got some new hoodies and pants, and they fit me to a T, and that's what you want in your clothes. So, got a special deal for you guys right now. If you go on over to themenlohouse.com, MENLO house.com, and use the promo code 40MENLOALN, you're going to get $40 off your first month for your discount package, okay? $40 off the first month. And that includes the Arrowhead button-down plus the Cali Chinos and more. So go to themenlohouse.com, use the promo code 40MENLOALN, 40MENLOALN, and get $40 off your first month, all right? Start looking good and feeling good, and you can't do that unless you're in 5'4" clothing. Wow. The original, yeah?
The first one, but anything that came after that.
Right.
I loved the version you're in. I love the animated series.
I was going to say, like, are you such a fan that you critique anything that's not, like, for me, huge Muppet fan, right? So anything past Jim Henson, real tough for me to...
absolutely.
I actually... but then you look at like Muppet Christmas Carol, I thought was brilliant, right?
Yeah.
But that still had, a lot of the Frank Oz was still heavily involved. It was just that you didn't have.
Was that like the last thing that he did with the Muppets? Do you think?
I think the last thing he did. Well, not. That was the first movie I think they did that was not Jim.
Right.
But then there was like Muppet Treasure Island and Muppets from Space that were, again, still. I just couldn't also fully be into it, knowing that the guy who runs the whole thing is just not even a part of it.
Right.
It wasn't even about like, oh yeah, Kermit will be less of a role now because they just want to ease into like the new voice there. But
what's crazy though is that he already had the plans to kind of sell it to Disney.
Yeah.
Like he thought this is the place where they should live. And I thought that was really cool.
Totally.
I thought like, that's a wise choice.
He who told me what? Oh no, it was a podcast I listened to with his son and Chris Hardwick, Brian Henson, who was running the company for a long time. I think still is. A lot of his kids are, and he was saying the next thing, like, what would he be doing now? Like, obviously, he died in '90, so I don't do simple math. What is that? 31 years.
Yeah.
So and he was 50, so be 80. Probably would still be jamming in some regard, right? Stan Lee went till the end, right? And all these guys just don't want to.
They don't want to part.
And at least 20. At least if he was chilling right now, that's another 30 years we would have gotten of who knows what.
I know.
His son said that he was trying to get in this space. He would want to do live shows, and he wanted to like when you go see a musical or whatever, but truly make it like where like the sets were, Muppet-esque, where it was like the
well, I mean, like Dark Crystal and
Totally.
and all that stuff, man. It's that's the other side of what we do. I mean, there's still a vocal performance there, but yeah, I mean, it's going back to Bobby Moynihan on this one. He's a huge Muppet fan. And when they did Muppets Take the Bowl, he was part of it, and we always talk and geek out about that stuff. But you've got to do some crazy things with the Muppets being on Muppet Babies, right? Yeah,
I saw you post pictures recently with the guy who does Fozzie, right?
Yes, with Sam Eagle.
Yeah.
It's almost like Fozzie lives up here, waka waka, and Sam is right here.
And then I kind of do like with Daffy, it's like there's like a bit of self-pitching, pitching yourself up.
Yeah.
And
I kind of did that with Sam Eagle as well, but
the way they played him was very particular, and it was very cleverly written. That he wasn't per se like on the spectrum with the other kids,
right?
But he was very particular about like, no, we have to do it like in this order, and if they didn't, he got very like frustrated, and that was like the lesson that they brought with that character. I just thought like, what a clever way to explain like a character that we've only known as an adult, how he would fit into this preschool universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, Muppet Babies is definitely, aside from Looney Tunes, one of my favorite things to be a part of.
Oh yeah. Guys won Emmys since we've talked, right?
Yes, I've been nominated. I haven't won myself, but I've been like
still was this the first time nominated?
A third time now. It's the third time. I'm gonna be the Susan Lucci of animation Emmys. I know, right? Good Lord.
Be the Susan Lucci of anything. Be the Susan Lucci of gay porn. You're crushing it. Because that's a lengthy career.
If you just hit back on my Pornhub search, it's Susan Lucci.
Yeah. Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Ooh, baby. Look, sleep is something we all do. Duh, you know that. You might be sleeping right now because of this ad. Well, look, I know some of you are sleeping on some saggy-ass mattresses. Old saggy bags, sleep Sammy, at night, right? Or in the daytime. And look, you deserve better than that. So give yourself an upgrade. The only mattress I sleep on, and I'm fucking dead serious, is the Helix mattress, all right? It's the comfiest, firmest, softest, everything you want in a mattress. You know why? Because you take the Helix sleep quiz that they offer. It takes 2 minutes, by the way. It's a quick-ass quiz. And they match your body type and your sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you so that when you sleep, you're locked and loaded and just get to go into dreamland and think of, you know, things like grinding on Katy Perry or, you know, streaking at a baseball game, but like your dance moves and the way you slide into home plate is so cool that like they actually give you a uniform and let you like bat. You know what I'm saying? Like the best sleep. You shouldn't buy a mattress made for somebody else, all right? Helix has soft, medium, and firm mattresses, and even mattresses that are great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. And I'm a hot sleeper, which sounds like a humble brag, but I actually fucking toast up, and I'm always needing to declothe. Prove it. Easy, perv. So having a mattress that cools you down is ideal for me. I took the Helix sleep quiz, and I was matched with the Queen. It's the California Queen mattress. And I wanted something that felt soft, medium, and firm. And I want to sleep on my side, my back, my stomach, and move around like we all do, right? No one's stuck in one spot unless you're a vampire. So look, if you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz. Order the mattress that you're matched to, and the mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. Who doesn't love that? And you don't ever need to go to the mattress store again. Because mattress stores are lame. No one's meeting anyone cool. You know what I'm saying? The guys who sell the mattresses at the store are like car salesman but creepier. They're like, so yeah, how do you like to lay down? You're like, easy, Gabe. So just go to helixsleep.com/aboutlastnight. /about and take the 2-minute sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress and give you the best sleep of your life. There's a 10-year warranty, and you can get to try it out for 100 nights, risk-free, and they'll even pick it up from your fucking house if you don't like it. That's service right there, but guess what? You're going to like it. So, again, Helix is offering up to $200 off. Up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/about. Did you hear that? Up to $200 off. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for my listeners at helixsleep.com/about. That's helixsleep.com/about for up to $200 off and 2 free pillows. Why are you waiting? Go do it now. Get into it. Love it. Do it. Live it. Bye. So the show won a Daytime Emmy, right? Or what? Or was it just...
My buddy Matt, who voices Baby Kermit, he got one.
Right.
They recently got nominated for the Annie Awards, which is like the big award. You know, I'm sure again you're going to be up there. You know, one of these days with any one of the characters you voiced. It's definitely it's being recognized, and I feel like it's a good show. It's a very sweet show.
Does your son enjoy the stuff you do, or is he too close to it? Are you doing too much shit at home for him to...
When we go to like baseball practice or a play date in the park, the first thing he says is like, hi, my name is Riker. I'm 5. And my dad's Bugs Bunny. He'll just tell people that I'm Bugs Bunny.
He's your fucking agent. He's pimping you out. Dude, he's a proud mom.
He is. It's the reverse. I'm the one eating Pixie Sticks and Red Bull in the car. He's like, perform, you idiot.
Dance monkey.
Yeah, my friends are out there.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, that's also a great weapon to have as a kid in any situation.
Right.
And look, all you're trying to do as a kid is find your group, get acceptance, like have a little community to hopefully grow up with. And like, you know, when you're trying to like get your own shit going, it's a great thing to have, to just be like, yo, just in case you guys, for whatever reason, don't think I'm cool just from these last 10 minutes, saddle up.
I'm just sad to know that he's not going to college because of all the money I'm dropping on all of these stupid Roger Rabbit cells.
No way. That's your money, baby.
God, I'm telling you, that's my version of buying Ethereum, Bitcoins and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just getting the old school
I was going to say, do you have a decked out room with all this memorabilia?
I'm working on building a home office. Something like this would be cool.
Yeah.
But
you've got your VO studio set up.
No, I have
you go everywhere?
My Christopher Walken closet.
Yeah.
Like I read in the closet.
Truly.
Like at the beginning of the pandemic last year, the NPR put out this article, Eric Bauza's in the closet, ... doing voiceover. And I was like,
NPR?
Really, NPR?
Wow.
I was like,
You're like, I have a kid, man.
It's like, don't get me started on Pepe Le Pew. I mean, because we'll be here for hours.
Oh, yeah.
I purposely did that at the end of our interview just so you couldn't ask me. TMZ called me on Monday to talk about it.
About Pepe?
About Pepe Le Pew. Because if you look, I'm the last person to do this voice. Perhaps this is the only time you will hear this voice on the Adam Ray podcast.
My God.
Yeah, it's crazy that... 1 week, people were so excited to see the images of this movie, highly anticipated. Maybe the aside from King Kong versus Godzilla.
Sure. Come on, man.
But hey, Space Jam: A New Legacy is coming out in July, and people were so excited about it. And then in the next week, people were like, yeah, the sky was falling because of all the changes that have been made. And
are they having to go back and edit out Pepe?
Well, that was the big concern. That was the big news, was that he was removed from the film because of how he has been depicted.
I just don't. I'll say these two things. I don't understand what's happening in your life where you have time to truly look at Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. a Potato Head, or a cartoon character.
Right.
I mean, look, the video game stuff I kind of get, because it's like,
video
that
game
is
stuff.
I just played Mortal Kombat for the first time since it came out.
Yeah.
So it's a newer, established, everything's better, the graphics.
Sure.
But when it said the old original Combat, when it was finish him, it was you ripped the heart out of the chest,
it was
and then
graphic,
put it down his pants, and then squeezed his dick, and then the heart squeezed into the dick somehow, and then you put on the guy's dick, and then took a pee, and then made small talk at the urinal, and and that was the one thing the guy who was alive hated, and so you were truly crushing him on all levels. But now it was finish him, and then it was a 5-minute dagger through the forehead, swing him around, then call his ex, fuck her on the phone. It was just all this weird. He's still there, he'd be like, "Don't do it, babe," and he's like, "Shut up!" It was just very.
Susan Lucci was involved.
Susan Lucci was there, but it was so graphic that I was like, "Of course, for sure, man." I get why there's a little concern about getting. I don't know. The same thing with kids and porn, just too much, too quick. And
I mean, again, it's.
But to look at cartoons and go, The
thing about the cancel culture situation in general for me is, once you've ousted someone, that person needs to be rehabilitated or get the help that he or she needs, because I feel like you're dealing with a person that's egomaniac that might not even think what they're doing is, because in order for them to get to this place, they thought what they were doing was okay.
Yeah.
And it's wrong, right? You can't just put them in the corner and expect them to think, okay, he's going to be fine. Now that we've ousted him, that person needs help.
Yeah.
That's number one. But with Pepe Le Pew, he was made in a different time, when things that were, accepted in the 1940s was okay. And also, these cartoons that were made back then weren't passed through broadcast standards and practices. These were made to be shown in a movie house. You may have missed it because you're going to go get concessions, like popcorn and soda.
Also, nobody was looking for. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
We've now gotten. Go ahead.
But the whole point of Pepe Le Pew, the whole point of his shtick, is that he's a skunk that stinks. He's Pepe Le Pew. Like, the reason why people are so appalled by him is because he stinks. There is an episode, or a short where he gets doused with perfume and his odor goes away and the tables are turned. He becomes the aggressee and Penelope becomes the aggressor.
Right.
Not a lot of people know that part of the shtick.
Right.
But bottom line, respect people's personal space.
Totally.
Like if it comes back to kids, again, we're watching these cartoons that by accident were put into syndication and became Saturday morning cartoons for kids.
Yeah.
Originally, they were just made for, who knows, just people that were going to see movies back in the 40s.
But also it's a skunk, snuggling up with grabbing, and the voice and the music. Nothing about it ever seemed...
See, here's the other thing, too. It's like it got removed from the picture. I also feel like you're looking at now, and we're living in an age where you're making these, there's a Harlequin, there's a Harlequin rated R movie.
Right.
There's an 18 and over cartoon. There's DC superhero girls made for kids. So I feel like trying to shoehorn a very heavy-handed subject into a family film may not be... if it's such a serious issue, I think you should pay more attention to it than just a cameo. You know what I mean? Like, if you could bring Harley Quinn into all those genres and then maybe do something the same with... I want to do a cartoon called Animation Intervention, maybe where you take a lot of these subjects and really dissect it and really get to the bottom of it, as opposed to, it could have been a good cameo in Space Jam, but... would it feel rushed?
Yeah.
Would people feel like, a movie, as you know, has pacing, and if you're like in a chase sequence and then you suddenly stop it for this crazy heavy-handed message, which I'm saying is like, it's a valuable message.
Yeah.
Treat people with respect, but to kind of glaze over it in like a 2-second cameo, I feel like it needs more than that. I feel like if you're really serious about it, you should really, pay more attention to it than just treat it like a small cameo.
Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you're enjoying this episode. Obviously, it's a very difficult time for everyone right now. We're all challenged in finding a day-to-day routine that makes our lives consistent and awesome. And if there's something that's interfering with your happiness right now or preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp Online Counseling is there for you. BetterHelp is a professional counseling service, online, private, and it's so convenient. I've used it for a little bit now. It's truly the only way that I've found to help get my own issues dealt with on my own time at my own pace. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions, plus chat and text with your licensed professional counselor right now. They're specialized in depression, anger, stress, anxiety, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief or relationships, sleeping, which I have a lot of trouble with, trauma, self-esteem. Anything that you share with them is confidential. And guess what? If you're not happy with your counselor for any reason, at any time, you can request a new one for no additional charge. There's 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists across all 50 states, available worldwide. And again, there's 4 ways to communicate with them: text, chat, phone, and video. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's available on any desktop, mobile web, Android, and iOS apps. Schedule a video or phone session, generally weekly, unless your therapist schedules more, unless you just are really not sleeping and need to get some additional chats in. There's broad expertise in the network, which may not be locally available in many areas. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. It's secure, it's convenient, it's professional, and above all, it's affordable. All right, it's truly the most affordable option I've found. So right now, all ALN listeners are going to get 10% off your first month with a discount code About Last Night. So why not get started today and start making some changes for the better in your life? You deserve it. So go to BetterHelp.com/AboutLastNight. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor that you'll love. That's BetterHelp.com/AboutLastNight. BetterHelp.com/AboutLastNight and get 10% off your first month with promo code About Last Night. And now back to the episode. You met Braun through all this, right?
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
and kicked it.
Yeah, we were in the booth. We were on set. The guy's super chill.
Because you're a Raptors fan.
But
you're a basketball fan.
I'm a big basketball fan. This is like the first time I've worn an LA Any hat, like no matter what team.
Do you have to? Do you yourself geek out from this stuff, or do you now realize that in most of these positions, the people, like I'm sure LeBron was like, come on, like this is the guy, like you're a cool, fun guy, and you're doing these voices, so there's got to be a little bit of geek outness on his part. Definitely.
I mean, he's I think he's younger than me. I'm 41, and we all grew up watching the original.
Yes.
So I mean, that's the reason why he's doing it, right? I mean, is to pay homage to the first one, and he also happens to be one of the greatest basketball players to play it.
Totally.
And I mean, the numbers don't lie. I know there's like a big hey, who's the best, right? I mean, that's a big debate. But
different eras and different things,
absolutely.
man. Like LeBron has affected the game in more ways than one through social media and raising awareness for social injustice. And Mike, dude, who knows if he would have done that if he had the opportunity, but Mike globalized the game and took it up a notch popularity-wise. So they each, but look, so that's what I always consider. But if you're looking at straight numbers, it's like, yeah, Mike went 6 for 6, but LeBron has been so many times, and year after year is always like number-wise is crazy. There hasn't been a drop-off yet. So
right, I know, and I mean, and that's what you look at, right? Is athletes that get older, usually there is, but this guy is just full steam ahead.
So was he geeking out to you?
I think he was kind of just like playing it cool and probably in the zone and
asking for tips.
Not even. He was just in it.
He's smooth.
He was just in it. I was in it, and it was like we were doing like all of these scenes that just needed to get done. This was before the pandemic too. It was like there was no crazy rush to get in and out. It was just like, let's just get the job done. He's got to go back to practice. But you're absolutely right. The amount of stuff that he does, aside from being a family man, and a global like sports star, the amount of charity work that he does to raise awareness for Akron, Ohio, and just the kids there is amazing.
Has he had you do any I don't know, FaceTimes or video?
I have since the pandemic. It's something that I would love to offer. Hey, if you ever need anyone,
you crushed it for my dad's birthday. You threw in some
I love doing stuff like that because it's something that when I was starting, it wasn't available for me. It was like I had questions, but I couldn't ask anyone.
Yeah.
So it's something that I would love to share with anyone that has an interest in voiceover. It's like I will be there.
You'd be a great teacher. That I feel like that's just inevitable at some point.
Yeah, and now the hot subject of like representation mattering behind the microphone. Even before, my mentality was, this is a great career for me because it doesn't matter what I look like. But now it does, like we're entering this age of representation matters, and it's like,
you're doing tons of press for this. I'm seeing you all over the place, so it's like, and thank God you just know how to chum it up and like carry yourself and do all that stuff.
It is
because I know we both know people that write and then performing is a different beast, or perform behind the mic but not in front of the camera because that's a different beast.
Well, especially again where we're living under this microscope of like, hey, like you gotta be perfect. I mean, no one's perfect, right? And I feel like that's why,
dude, Oprah has probably dropped the N-bomb and Hillary has probably farted in public, and you can quote me on both those. But I just nobody should also have to hold themselves to that of like, hey man, like, have your intentions always be appropriate, and I feel like whatever's coming out is going to not get you in harm's way.
Again, going back to the whole Space Jam controversy, it's like they had a chance to revisit Lola's character and reimagine her and make her stronger as a female athlete and as a character. And I could see why, like, it's hard to shoehorn in Pepe Le Pew. If you watch the original Space Jam, he's in it for 30 seconds, and the whole joke is that he's a skunk and he smells. You know what I mean? Like, Jordan pulls him out, and the Monstars faint because he stinks.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, I could see why people are upset, again, that he's out, because the message I think that they originally had shot had a lot to do with his approach to the ladies. But again, if you're very serious about that, do it in a spot where it's like just about that.
Did you find, before we end, I'm going to have you close out by cold reading a monologue as Daffy. If
Okay,
you don't mind.
yeah, let's do it.
Because that is another aspect of our business that I feel like gets overshadowed, which is being able to.
Do you want to text it to me?
I'll hand you the phone.
Okay.
But how much, when you go in for an audition or a job, for people that are listening, are you spending time with the material? Do you read everything, the script with it, or do you try to just not over?
It's weird. I feel like, and you must do this as well, where it's either you go in because everything that you've done to prepare usually gets thrown out the window anyways. As soon as you're in with the director, the writer, the producer, even the engineers, your technique of how you do things might change. I think earlier on I was always studying. Recently I've been slacking a bit, so this is a good test.
Okay, good.
But I think if it's very important, you gotta read. You gotta look over it. Do your homework.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Be
hoping.
prepped.
They're hoping at least. Like you don't want to get caught in a situation where you're like now you have to worry about like how it's being performed. Right. But yeah, be as malleable as a performer to them as they need, but also have something that got you in there in the first place.
That's good advice. All right, Space Jam comes out July.
I thought it was 19th. I think it's July 16th, 2021.
Gonna be huge.
It's one of those. It's a 6 or a 9, but not both together, because that's disgusting. Call Susan Lucci.
Yeah,
Wait.
we gotta.
All right, and you're Eric Bauza on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, at Bauzilla.
At Bauzilla.
Yeah.
And you post amazing content, and we'll have you back again when the film comes out.
So this is just a monologue.
This is just a monologue that I wrote. Cold read it as Daffy or Bugs, whoever. What do you think?
So I'm the booth director, and in the booth we got Daffy Duck. That's not my name, Rabbit. It's just Daffy. It's basically just Richard Dreyfuss with a lisp. Again, disinfect this man's phone after I've handed it back. You have Purell, I hope? Anyways, Eric, what up, man? I'm all right. Today is, today's gonna be a day. I went out with some friends from college last night, and, let's just say I don't know how I got home. There was a cigarette butt stuck to my beak. I think I took an Uber, but my mom froze my checking account, so, I don't know, man. I had too many Four Locos, Quattro Locos, where I'm from, and vodka Red Bulls, I guess. But this girl, Lisa, kept dancing on me, and shots sounded so good. Woo! Plus, my body is my buddy. My body is also my buddy, and is the bartender at Catch. You know that place. He hooked it up, yo. Dave? Of course you do. He's a local legend. Rumor has it he banged Evan's mom when he was 8. Can you imagine that? I mean, Evan's mom, remember her? Anyways, he owned a Little Caesars when he was 10. So he banged Evan's mom at 8, owned a Little Caesars when he was 10. I believe it. He's got a goatee. And anyone at 10 that can grow goatee, that's impressive. Why do I feel like I'm gonna puke again? Sorry, just had to swallow it. You got any cold cuts, by the way? I think I'm a little drunk, hungry, Damn it! Been jonesing for some meat. What's a duck gotta do to get some charcuterie around here? Is that how you say it? I don't know. The board with the olives, meat, and cheese. What time is it? Oh crap! I think I just shit myself. I'm supposed to pick up Rob at the airport at 5. Who's flying anyways? We're in a pandemic, for crying out loud. What? Oh, he's dead. Oh my God. That's crazy. Wow. Hey, look, I found some cold cuts.
Wow,
there we go.
That is Eric Bauza reading Daffy for the role of Matt in the Adam Ray, the first film I will ever make.
Okay.
That'll be the opening scene in Daffy Goes to Jail.
We will animate it. It's going to be...
Oh, my God.
It's going to be fantastic.
That was
Those Canadian voice actors. Dude.
Canadian Asian bacon.
Canadians. I think that's something that he forgot to coin before.
Thank you for the gifts.
Absolutely.
You're
Thank you for this gift. This is a gift.
Dude, just to get to see you and hang with you. I don't know if you've been doing any social distance, like backyard hangs, but
yeah, dude.
you should get some of those going.
I live on the other side of Hollywood.
The better side.
No, like the more like
the residential.
I only go to Ralph's and to get my toilet paper, and that's it. And
that's all you need.
Come on over.
Okay, cool.
Bring the kids. Or someone's kids.
Space Day. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.